I've realized that rushing God creates consequences, but God still shows compassion. Genesis 16 is that chapter that shows us what happens when waiting becomes unbearable. God had spoken, the promise was clear, but time was passing and nothing seemed to be changing. And Sarai believes God, yet the delay began to feel louder than the promise itself. So she acts. Genesis 16 is not a story of rebellion, it's a story of impatience dressed as practicality. Yes, Sarai's plan makes sense culturally. It was acceptable socially. It even appeared helpful spiritually. But that was not God's instruction. Abram listens, Sarai conceives, and immediately peace disappeared. This chapter teaches us that our solution can accelerate outcomes, but it can also complicate lives. What God promised does not need to be managed or supplemented or even rescued by our own wisdom. Yet, even here, God was not absent. When Hagar runs into the wilderness, she felt used, wounded, and unseen. God met her. He called her name. He heard her pain. Genesis 16 introduced us to El Roi, the God that sees. This chapter reminded us of two truths held together. Delay tests faith. God's mercy reaches those hurt by our impatience. So before we read, let's consider this question. What are we tempted to help God do because waiting feels too hard?